Alright, targeted here in Baltimore, Maryland. Another day, it's Saturday, March 2nd. Sitting here watching Kevin Christian's videos on YouTube. The Pioneer. As I'm sitting here, being broadcasted on. So, I might as well talk about broadcasting, or what I'm at least learning. So the broadcast is real. I'm being monitored 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, live broadcasted, probably being sold to people that just want to watch me watch TV or sit on my couch, which is like boring, but I guess maybe it's not boring to just watch me sit on my couch. So the broadcasting, the EMF broadcast is real. It's from the mind control V2K. I am on remote neuromonitoring that I did not sign up for, that I did not know happened to me, but I lived in an apartment and by myself. I'm here in Baltimore, Maryland. My name is Ron, and living in an apartment, all of a sudden things just started going crazy. So remote neuromonitoring is real. I am tortured, targeted every single day. But with the broadcast, that is what I've learned, is how I'm being tortured. The broadcast can be used in horrendous ways. So what I've learned is they'll broadcast to you and it feels like little ants like crawling on you, like one here, one there. And what they do to me is they'll crawl all on me, and for some reason they got a fascination with my butt. So what's crazy is I'll hear them talking, like not in my head but like up in my walls, and it's usually guys. So they're broadcasting and going and just sliding up and down my butt crack and broadcasting to my butthole, and it feels like a bunch of little like ants. That's the only way I can explain it. So they have a fascination with my butt. I don't know why. I'm not sure. So they'll broadcast little ants, it feels like, crawling all on me. Crawling, and then I'll feel like a twitch in my neck. I've also seen a broadcast like a hologram, like as I was sitting, and it looked like a person, but like a gray shadow. It just looked like a shadow of like somebody. It was a girl, I know that. You could just tell, but it was like off out of my peripheral in my hallway in my house, and it was just like kind of standing there. It looked like it was ready to start walking to me, but I don't pay attention. You become numb to all this, which is sad, but I don't pay attention to none of that stuff. Unless somebody's gonna come put their hands on me, I could care less. So, but I want to share this experience, because if people are like seeing ghosts and they're seeing like shadows in their house or something, and plus you're experiencing all this like weird stuff going on, you're probably on remote neuromonitoring, and they're just broadcasting into your house, or they're probably just watching you 24 hours a day if you feel like somebody's watching you and you're starting to, trust me, you know if you are a part of this remote neuromonitoring and you're on the receiving end of it, because they'll start torturing you. So a little bit more about broadcasting. When I lay down in bed, I see little holograms, look like cartoons. Talked about it in another video, but it looks like little cartoons. They're like silver with like a black outline, and they look like people, or they look like something like people draw for cartoons, and they'll move around. I've also been laying in bed, and I've seen like, I don't want to say life size, but maybe like 4 or 5 inches of like a hologram that was like 3-4 inches, and then it kind of just like expanded, and I could feel that feeling like somebody is like sitting right next to me, like just almost like snuggling up to me or something. So I don't know. Like Kevin Christian explains all this. It's definitely very sexually driven, because a lot of my experiences are like sexually linked. So I guess like they have attraction to me or something. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure all that part out, but I'll be laying in bed and I feel like somebody's like trying to cuddle up with me, and I'll kind of like, you got your eyes like kind of closed, like where you can kind of see a blur, and I will see like a shadow, like a hologram of a person, just like kind of like snuggling up with me. It's really weird. But so as I'm just sitting here watching TV, I'm like, they just want to watch me watch TV. I don't know. I don't get it. But as I'm sitting here, I feel like little ants hit my skin. Like something will just hit my skin and kind of like roll up my leg, and then I'll hear like the little voices in the back, like saying little things. Always trying to degrade me, of course, because they want to just like torture you and try to get your mind paying attention to them. So you just block all that out and just don't pay attention to them. It's just weird that they just want to sit and watch me all day, though. Like, why people would pay to watch me do nothing is just, that is what I just do not get. Like, why would you just want to watch me do nothing? I don't know. I don't get it. So, yeah, the broadcast, that EMF broadcast is real. I'm telling you 100%. Holograms are real. All that is just broadcast. So here's the thing I just want to let everybody know, like I always tell everybody, the subliminal messages, that's all real too. And I'm sure it probably goes on to people that don't even know that they're being neuromonitored. But I am being remotely neuromonitored, and they do the little subliminal messages to me all the time. I don't even pay attention to them. Once you're aware of the subliminal messages, they don't bother you. Then it's just like, put it this way, if you're getting tortured all day and you're getting degraded all day, the subliminal messages, once you're aware of them, it's just another thing. All of it is just another thing. The torture, it's just sad that people do that. But when they're broadcasting, you'll hear like the real people, like usually they can do like their voice, do like little like voices and stuff like that, the whispering and stuff like that. But if you're actually hearing people's voices and like hear people talking, that's them broadcast. That means they're broadcasting to you, and they're just watching you. They're just watching you and repeating everything you say, and like Kevin says, they're just addicted to mind control. And pretty much what I'm realizing is, if you hear them talking, it's because they want you to hear them talking. Because the way I look at it is, if I'm going to do dirt, I'm not going to let nobody know I'm doing dirt. So if I'm hearing what they're saying openly, then they want me to hear them, what they're saying, because they're not going to sit here and talk about trying to. So if you're hearing like little bits and pieces of information, like be weary of it, because they're probably just trying to confuse you. Because if you think about it, they're trying to keep all this mind control, remote neuromonitoring, V2K. They're trying to keep it all like as hidden as they can. So if you're hearing them say something like, I don't know, somebody's name, or giving you some type of information, it's probably not the correct information, because they're not going to let you. They're not stupid. They're not stupid. Like I said, I believe they got a manual on this, and that gets passed around. This is how you torture. This is what you say. This is what you don't say. This is the names that you use. This is the names you don't use. Don't use your own name. I hope that they're that smart. But so if you're hearing stuff, don't believe it. I mean, like, take it with a grain of salt. I take little notes of some things here and there, because I'm gonna tell you what, if you're connected 24 hours a day like me, like, it must, you become connected, and I mean, it kind of is. You start learning things. You start feeling things from the person you're connected to. I'll just leave it at that, and people will understand what I'm saying eventually if you're connected to somebody all the time. So I am connected to 24 hours a day when I'm sleeping, when I'm awake. I'm tortured all day and all night. Like I said, they got a fascination with my butt. I don't get it. They watch me take showers, all that. So they broadcast to my stomach and always try to like just boil my stomach. I mean, it's crazy. It's sad. Um, but I'm putting this video out there because I just want to co-sign on the broadcasting. The EMF broadcasting is real. They can broadcast little, they can broadcast big. If you're seeing shadows, if you're feel like you see a ghost, but it's like blurry, that's the EMF broadcast. If you're seeing little holograms when you're laying down in bed and they're doing like sexual things or whatever, that's the EMF broadcast. If you're feeling like little ants crawling on you and they're torturing you with that, that is the EMF broadcast. If you're hearing like people talking, like say you go to the bathroom and you keep like, man, am I hearing people talking outside or something? No, that's the EMF broadcast. They're just watching you go to the bathroom. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's so weird, but that's what they do. So I just wanted to put that out there that yes, the EMF broadcast is real. It's being done with remote neuromonitoring. If you're hearing the V2K and all that, I'm not 100% sure, but they probably got you on remote neuromonitoring, and it's just a couple people that got lucky, and they got this remote neuromonitoring. You got your brain frequency thing scanned, and now they got possession of your remote neuromonitoring, and they're using it. And eventually, they're going to start torturing you with it if they haven't already. Once you're aware of it, I start hearing like little like noises. Like I lived alone. And my first thing was I would hear like little like zzz, 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 and I'd be like, what is that? Zzz, zzz. Everywhere I'd walk, I'd hear something like sound like it was crawling along the little molding on the sides of your wall where your carpet and your molding meet on your floor or your wall. And I'm like, damn. Then from there it was just like I realized, okay, somebody's watching me, something's going on, and then it just went downhill from there. Remote neuromonitoring, they started torturing me, and it's been like that every day for 2 years, every single day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like when I wake up, it's like they're just sitting there waiting. Like I wake up and they're like, he's awake. Oh my God, hey, all right, let's watch what he does. Okay, he just went and sat on the couch. He's sitting on the couch watching TV. Like that's what I go through. It's so weird. Like why somebody is this interested in my life is this. Why all you people are interested in my life? I don't get it. Like I am not an exciting person. Like I wish my life was more exciting, but it's not. So, but the EMF broadcast is real, and just go to Kevin Christian's videos and he will break all this down for you in many different ways. It's all true what he is saying. I mean, there might not be some similarities in your story, and you might think some of the stuff he's saying is crazy and just is like way out in left field, but I'm here to tell you I am living his hell. Like the stuff he goes through every day, I go through the same exact thing with just different little things tweaked, and not, they don't do this but they do this, and they don't do this but they do this. But I'm telling you, I am under remote neuromonitoring, and the longer I'm in this, the more I'm understanding, the more I'm learning, the more I'm remembering, which is weird because I think they're like they're giving me bits and pieces of things to understand where this all like started coming from, because I'm starting to like remember things that I didn't know that I forgot or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I do remember that. Oh, wait a minute. So that person, okay, so I guess once you're connected for a while, this kind of stuff starts happening. So, but I'm just here to say the EMF broadcast is real. The world needs to wake up because remote neuromonitoring is real. Mind control is real. V2K is real. I get all of that, and it is real. And people need to start paying attention. But that EMF broadcast is real. So if anybody has any questions, if anybody wants to hit me up, feel free to do so. I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. My name is Ron, and email me, message me, and we could talk, and I can tell you all the stuff that I'm learning, all the stuff I'm figuring out. A lot of it I get from Kevin Christian's videos, so thank you, Kevin, for doing what you're doing. And there's hundreds of thousands of people going through this, so just good luck.